Look, I don't think it's a deliberate strategy that is thought through. What is clearly the case is that we do see ever younger perpetrators. I talked about that Taylor Swift attempt to bomb the Taylor Swift concert in Vienna, and the perpetrators are between 17 and 19 years old. And they had a very viable attack plan, including having already infiltrated the security as well as the logistical companies that were setting up the concert. So it would have worked if it hadn't come out. The situation is not that these groups are catering more to young people. The situation is that we see a more modern form of terrorism. There is a clear cost benefit analysis that has been done that in order to try something akin to what happened in Moscow in spring 2024, you're taking enormous risk and enormous resources. These fighters could have been intercepted while they were in the safe houses in Turkey. They could have been intercepted when they entered Moscow. They could have been intercepted before they entered the theater. And then you had 3 years of preparation and training for these fighters, basically in vain. That's a high investment, high yield from a terrorism perspective proposition. Now, most terror groups, including IS, is moving away a little bit from that pattern and is looking to radicalize individuals and then provide actual individuals with some sort of online support on how to do this, give them instructions. So very paradigmatically demonstrated both in the Solingen attack, which interestingly implemented all of the advice what IS has put online in the last 7 years on how to do a knife attack, and the New Orleans attack, which up to the way that the car was designed, where the flag was placed at the back of the truck, implemented exactly how IS advises to do a vehicular attack. So it works very well. The reason why the perpetrators are getting younger is because this works very well on TikTok. And TikTok is a platform that is very much catering to a much, much younger audience, but at the same time has the most aggressive algorithm in the entire social media industry and the least control on content monitoring. So you have now a situation where the advice is there. You do have multiple reasons why some people radicalize, whether it's Afghanistan or whether it's Africa, whether it's the victory narrative, whether it's Gaza. And I note that even the Islamic State is talking about Gaza incessantly in the last 2 years, despite the fact that ideologically IS could not accept a Palestinian state. Either you got a caliphate or you don't got a caliphate, and no Palestinian government could exist. They have to be loyal to the caliph without having a Palestinian government, but they see this as an opportunity. So you have a radicalization drive through these conflicts. You have a much more aggressive social media environment, and you have the advice coming, and all of this is hitting youth. So the way to fight this is simply to make sure that we take the social media companies for once to task. It's their content that they're earning money with. And so they have a responsibility to cooperate, not reactively, but proactively with the security service by giving a warning that out of the 10,000 people having weird and extremist and dangerous ideas online, these are the 5 that we have a high suspicion that they are radicalizing towards violence. If Facebook was in the late 1990s able to promise women that they can tell them that they're pregnant without a pregnancy test with 99% accuracy, they surely can figure out who is radicalizing towards violence and who is not.